Okay, welcome back to part whatever. I went ahead and started to remove this board. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 places it's soldered in, and it's pretty tight in here. One of these broke off when I was unsoldering it. I'm not sure if it was already broken. There was a humongous blob of solder on here, a lot of solder on here. I had to use both my solder suckers because one of them decided to get clogged. So I've got these loose now. I'm going to have to try to get these wires off of here. There's so many components all in the way. It's not quite as easy as the other board was. But anyway, I'll get to that, and I should have this out in the next segment. Alrighty, I finally got this damn board out. I'll tell you what, I'm just starting to get a little sick of this TV. Even though I took a week off. But anyway, yeah, the board's out, and I've gone through and tested. Let's see, there's 32 resistors on here, and 16 of them are out of tolerance. Although there's a few of them I suspect might be, they're low, so I'm suspecting that there might be interference from other components, other resistors, so I'm going to have to check on the back. So I'll go through that, and probably have to make an order. There's a few of them I just don't have anything too close to, but I'll look. Anyway, I'll be back. Well, hello there. I was about to start I was cleaning off the board actually before I started replacing some components. I wanted to show you guys R30 here. When I was wiping off the board, I realized, if you can see that, it's loose. Oh, maybe you can see it on the top. It was barely attached, so it was making a contact, but right out of the factory, I'm assuming, since I don't think this board ever came off before. Anyway, I just wanted to also, I guess I should say sorry, my last segment, this board was such a pain to get out. Anyway, and I was just about to make a joke about Philco, you know, where the quality falls out before the name goes on. Also, I was noticing this little piece of wire here, and I'm wondering, it bridges, I guess it's bridging the ground. That's what it looks like. Anyway, just kind of weird. So I did have to make an order, although I didn't bother to pop these the end off of either of these before I ordered a nice overpriced ohmite for each of these, but they're fine. Actually, this one reads low, but it's within 10%, and this one here reads spot on, and I guess I knew that it would, because wire wounds either work or they don't drift. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and start again with the components, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, it's only been a couple minutes. I replaced the two capacitors, the 0.1 and the 0.47. I just wanted to show you that I specially ordered one of these squishy CDE Cornell Dublier caps that felt loose somehow. Oh well, anyway, I ended up putting it down. I didn't quite mean to get it all the way flush with the board, but I did. The reason why I ordered this flat one is because the old one was mounted here and it was pressed up against the tube shield, and if you can see here, it got a little toasty. This tube gets hot as heck, so not quite as hot as the 11JE8, these may be cool chassis tubes, but I burned myself on this tube when I was testing the TV. Anyway, so there's the 0.1 and the 0.47, and I've got a handful of the correct resistors. I'm replacing the 0.5 watts with 1 watts, and the 2 watts with the 0.5 watts with 1 watts, the 1 watts with 2 watts, and the 2 watts with 3 watts. Except for these, I'm leaving these in. If that ohmite I ordered for here comes in, since this one reads 8K and it's supposed to be 8.2, I may put that in there. I'll probably leave this one in there. I don't know. As I mentioned before, you know, I've got a problem with the voltage being too high. So I'm not sure where to tackle that, but I guess we'll get to it when I get to it. So one thing at a time. I'll be back. Alright, I've gone through and replaced all of the resistors with the items that I had in stock here. I haven't gotten to the couplet yet. I do have the components for that. I did happen to make a mistake here when I was replacing the 18K. I lifted a pad, so I went ahead and soldered a bridge between that and the component it connects up to, and put a little glue under the pad. Hopefully that'll be okay, but just another sign to be a little careful. These things have although the coating on this one isn't quite as thick as the other board, these are better than a lot of the circuit boards I've worked on, at least from the late 50s. But anyway, so now I'm just going to wait for my DigiKey order. One of the last thing I wanted to show you guys was I did end up painting the outside. I ended up with a champagne color, which if I had put 2 thin coats on it like I did when I tested it, it would have come out a little less gold. But unfortunately, and I'm sure you'll laugh at this because it's happened to you, but after I sprayed the second coat on the top here, a fly landed on it, and I had to sand it down, let it dry and sand it down and repaint it. So that ended up being just a little bit more gold than I had hoped, but now it looks pretty much like it did when it was nicotine stained, but it's not sticky anymore. So the other thing I have to deal with on this is I've got to polish the aluminum here. Also, I need to get some dry painting, excuse me. This border here, it used to be kind of a silvery aluminum color. I don't think the Philco was filled in. I don't see any, the Philco or the Town and Country, I just don't see any remnants of any silver. And I don't have a picture of the 1963 model for the black. The only thing I have is in the Sam's, where they show the white model, which I would really love to find. And the white model does have the Philco and the Town and Country in silver. But anyway, I need to still hit the outside. I started to put a little Novus 2 on here just to test it out, so I'm going to do the rest of that, and I have to hit this with the Novus 1 and 2. Agnes says hello as she decides to get a drink. So hopefully, now that the glue is dried, this won't show up. You can actually see the original silver there next to the gold. I mean, it is a subtle difference, but it's definitely not totally original. So nobody will know the difference except for me and you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and upload this video now because it's been several days in the making, or 3 I guess, and you guys haven't seen anything from me in over a week, so I guess I need to show I'm still alive or I'll lose subscribers. Oh, and welcome to my new subscribers, by the way. I did get a few new ones this week. Wow, I just justified all of that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.